And the reason why it hits hard on us is because we're one chapter. We grew up with these guys. It's not like you're somewhere else. You're from the valley or you're from Arizona, whatever.
We're not joining them. That's what they told me.
No,
We're not joining you. You're
no, but
joining us.
it's hard. That's why when we lost Danny Lugo, Bar, Spy, damn, Spy hurts bad, really bad. Bronson, the way that he went out, it hurts.
The Hopper.
And the Bar, oh, for
Was
sure.
another character, man.
Love that guy, man.
But you see, when you lose, and everybody out there
Órale.
toning in on this, you lose a character that they give their heart and soul and they're sincere, man. Those people are hard to find. If you have 15 righteous brothers on your hands, you know, and those numbers eventually go down because they're gone. What's happening, everybody? I am Joe Rain. This is the Wire Down Show. We have an exciting episode for all of you today. There's another car club. They came into the Boulevard Cantina. They brought their rides. They're well known. Well, they're well known with me. And that's the Lifestyle Car Club. I want to introduce you to each member. They're not only members, they've been officers in this club. Most of them have been here for over 35 years, some 48 years. Officers, anywhere from sergeant at arms, vice presidents, secretaries, they are all here to tell their stories. Before we go there, though, our proud sponsor for this episode is Coker Tires. Coker Tires, Coker Premium Sport 520, 14s and 13s. That's how we roll. And these guys here, these invited guests are gonna tell you how they roll, what their story is, why they got in this club, why they're still here, and here we go. You asked for it, here it comes. So, on my right, Weasel, Vallejo, Hemet, California, Rick, Ortega. He's just down the street here in beautiful Covina. You're on the other side, on the left side, right? More towards San Dimas. This is Chuy Alonso, Albert the Fireman Gonzalez, Adi Munoz, and Art Avalos. All right, guys. So you'll each be able to introduce yourselves once again. Just tell us a little bit about yourself. How long you've been in the club, cars you drive, offices you've held, or offices you hold now. So here we go. Anybody want to start off?
Hi, my name's Weasel Vallejo. I got in this club 38 years ago. Minus a few years, I went and adventured somewhere else. But yeah, I got a 70 Monte Carlo Indian Summer. I got a 63 Buick Riviera, Riviera Paradise. And I got a 64 Buick Riviera that I'm working on right now. It's still in the making. I was an officer, sergeant of arms for Lou Bar. We used to call him Bar. I was his sergeant of arms.
There'll be more to tell. Go ahead, Rick.
Hi, my name is Rick Ortega. Got in this club in 1979, December of 1979. I had a 1964 Super Sport that I built. Had Mario Gomez paint it, Master of Elegance, purple 64. After that car was done, I turned around and built the. I'm the creator of Aladdin. I built Aladdin. After Aladdin was done, I turned around and built Eyes Without a Face Cadillac, Red Candy Cadillac. I've been in lifestyle for many, many years.
Hi, my name is Chuy. I've been in the club for 46 years. I have a 63 Impala right now that is called the Stoned Immaculate. When I first got into the club in 1980, my car name was Tangerine from Led Zeppelin. And I still have that car to this day. That's it.
It's very nice for all of us here to see how you're acting. Very professional. But we know your name is also called a rabbit.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that.
Thank you, Art.
Oh, he multiplies. Albert, your turn then.
My name is Albert Gonzalez. In lifestyle, I'm also known as the fireman or the bombero, however you want to say it, Spanish or English. I own the Two-Face 63, painted by Candy Factory, Mario Gomez, striped by Walt. Previously, that car was the Travieso. Didn't choose to sell it. Scraped the paint and had Mario do his work along with Walt and Danny D interior, and there's much more to go on, but for right now, that's my story.
My name is Adi Munoz. Been in this club for 49 years. I've built 3 cars for this club. First one was a 76 Malibu Brandywine by Gary Baca. I own a Riviera, 65 Riviera, She Devil, and I also own a Lincoln. Built 3 cars. 2 of them are painted by Gary Baca, which is the baddest painter of all time in my book. I've been vice president, I've been sergeant at arms, and a fill-in president at times when our president decided to take a break. But anyways, I just love this club. Been here forever, man. I was supposed to only be here 3 years. That's what we said we were gonna do. We all sat down in a group session and how many years we were gonna pull, and I'm here 70 years old and I'm still here, man. Love this club.
He waited till he was 69 to do an undercarriage. Art Avalos, what's your story?
I've been around since later part of 77. Built a couple of cars, a 73 LTD, Psychotic Blues, painted by Big Ed back in the day. And then I currently own a 76 LTD, painted by Sorel Nobler. So it's been almost, 49, 50 years I've been around.
You've been an officer, you mentioned the jobs.
I've held almost every office in the club. So been around quite a while.
And for everybody else wondering now that we got the introduction out of the way, the 2 guys in the back are both Bobbies. One is Flores, center. Bobby Estrella goes by Bob Star now. They're just fluffers. If they're not getting these guys beers, they're doing other things. But welcome to the show. Bobby, of course, you brought your car. All right, here we go. So my big question I have, and probably you guys have more questions, not for me, this is your show, is why did you get in lifestyle? And were you from another car club at that time? It doesn't matter. If you guys had mini trucks, that's cool too, because you know a lot of our members have mini trucks way before, and they turn out to be our best members. So tell your story. You guys don't have to go down the line. Just fill in wherever you want. Take your turn.
I'll go first.
Go ahead, Adi.
I originally came from Clip, East LA. I was born and raised in East LA, and I came from that club. And at the time, that was my whole neighborhood. I just love that club. And I could just see a lifestyle. Lifestyle was coming up. I used to see Martin 76 Caprice was the baddest freaking car that I think that Gary painted, well, besides Dress to Kill. But that's what drew me towards this club. He would be everywhere. Whittier Boulevard, Roosevelt High School, Garfield, no matter what. Could see the club was upcoming. And at the time, we were just getting into too many wars with different car clubs. Won't mention the names, but I just got burnt out from it. So I came this way. One of the members old members, he was from Lifestyle. I told him, this is what I want to do. I want to go to that club. I want to go to the meeting. So he took me down to the meeting. Joe turned around. And at the time, he just like, we're here. We're going to buy your tickets for your dads. And I said, I'm not here for that. I'm here to get into a car club. That's where I wound up getting in this club. To this date, it is the baddest freaking car club that's out there. 49 years later.
You came along with some of the officers from Click at that time too. You guys had all the tattoos. I remember that day. Yeah, here, buy some raffle tickets or dance tickets. And
I brought 7 members that followed me in this direction. 2 of them are still here. Some we've lost down the road. Some just moved out of state. So yeah, I'm proud of that, man. These guys are part of this club.
Again, so the way I got in this club was I used to be from Dynasty, East LA. And one day I was driving my 64 down the boulevard, actually over there in Glendale, and I was just by myself, and all of a sudden, a brand new 1979 T-Bird Blue, Jimmy Murphy and John Rodriguez came up behind me, and they pulled me over. And I thought, man, well, that's lifestyle. What do they want with me? So I pulled over, and John Murphy got out of the car, and they go, hey, bro, you got a nice 64, man. Would you be interested in getting in the lifestyle? I said, come on, man, this car ain't going to make it in the lifestyle. John Rodriguez says, yes, it will. I'm a car committee. And I'm telling you right now, it'll make it. So I was so honored to hear that I decided to go ahead and be from lifestyle, go to my first meeting. At that time, my girlfriend lived in Monterey Park. And as I was coming down Atlantic Boulevard to my meeting over there on Atlantic with Dynasty, I had to pass the Imperials in lifestyle. And I said to myself, oh my God, if I can only be from a club like that, man. And just as I was saying, I mean, Murphy hit me up, man. So I was like in heaven. So I got in the lifestyle, went to my first meeting, and I was just blown away that I was just there, man. It was everything in the world to me. So, like Audie says, man, I mean, that was back in 79, and here I am today. I have at least 47 years in this club straight. And it just, why am I still here? It's because it's my life, man. It's what I live for. I don't see myself ever going anywhere else but going forward. And it's a dream come true, man. Here I am all these years later around my brothers, and it's just like, it's everything in the world to me. And I cannot ever see myself going elsewhere. Of course, I would never go elsewhere, but I mean, quitting. I have a little saying that I always say, and I stick to this saying, and that is, for me, Rick Ortega lifestyle is to the end. To the end. When I say to the end, what does that mean, to the end? That means that the day I die, that's the end that I'll be from lifestyle.
Arturo.
For me, it started back in high school. And even before that, when I was working at an uncle's gas station, I used to look at the cars come in. I had the LTD, the 73 already, and going down the boulevard, start seeing all the nice cars that would come out every weekend. And I thought I'd give it a shot at getting in with the Imperials. And that was my plan all along until Joey from the group, rest in peace, came in and we became good friends. I was going to go in with him, join the group. And that was the intention until at school, at Roosevelt, all my friends found out I was getting in and started mentioning to me that Lifestyle Car Club was the up and coming club, and I started seeing the cars. As Audie said, I would look out the building and see Martin's Caprice go by, Sorrel with the ribbons, and with the rainbow ribbons, and eventually working at the place where I worked, I met Julio Blas, and we started hanging out together, and he was in lifestyle, and he brought me to one of the meetings one day, and 50 years later, I'm still here. So that's how I ended up here, spending most of my life in the club.
Albert.
My lifestyle story started in '94. I used to be from a little club in Baldwin Park called Reality Car Club. Did 5 years there. The cards that my life was dealt, I needed change. I needed to evolve. I needed to go elsewhere. Just relationship problems. I needed change. A few guys of my buddies went to Lifestyle. They're all, come to Lifestyle. Come, I don't know. I shopped around for a while. I solo rided for about 6 months. Pulled into a Lifestyle meeting. Everybody liked my car. So I started in 94. Look at the roster and it's like, damn, these dudes are old, man. It's like, shit, but they can drink. Woo. Wild. Completely. I went from this to this. It's like,
Yeah, Weasel.
all right, yeah.
We were old, but kind of just in defense. I don't want to
Yeah,
talk.
well, now I'm
well,
old.
28 was old back then, and 30,
Yeah,
right?
well, you guys were like 40s.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
All
now,
right.
now I feel like I'm the old timer guys when, you know, the new guys come around. But I moved up in the ranks pretty quick, you know. It's like within 2 years, former Sergeant of Arms Big Daddy goes, hey, man, I need some help, you know. And I'm like, you're crazy, dude. No way. Like, he convinced me. So within 2 years, I was already sergeant as his helper, you know, doing this, that. Few years later, he retired. I became the guy, the lead sergeant. Now, that's not easy. It sounds like a good title, but man, it takes a lot of tolls. Like, how's this young dude going to go tell that dude that's been in this club for 30 years, whatever, what to do? So I had to make a plan, and like, you have to earn their respect. Like, kindness will get you a long ways. Like, you ask these guys, hey man, can you help me do this? Can you do that? You just don't go tell them, hey, go fucking do that and do this. That's not the way to earn respect. These are my paddles right here. They've done a lot of work. Everybody gets swatted straight across. There's no favoritism. Even my buddies say, hey man, you laid into me. It's like, you wanted me here. That's the way it is. There's no favoritism with me.
So there's fines and swats, right?
Yeah. You know, respect gives you a long ways, man. I always wanted to be that top dog, seeing Aladdin, Cafe 63, and Twilight Zone on turntables, and Bobby's Monty and Azalea. It's like, it's time for me to evolve again. I want to be that. You may not know who I am, but you're going to know who my car is. So the Two-Face 63, I felt it's been textbook built to lifestyle standards, which that was my dream, and I accomplished it. And Mario Gomez, a lot of people went to him and never got their car painted. I was very fortunate, along with 6 or 7 cars in Chewy's garage, Hamel Street.
Hamel.
That was the spot in the 90s, man. It's like it was a factory there. Mario was single. We captured him. We give him his little money for his little bolsitas and a little 40 cans, and then away he goes, you know.
King Cobra.
I told him, hey, man, I want some oranges. I want this. I want that pebble base. Okay, yeah. First color he painted on my car was blue. I'm all like, what are you doing? Calm down. Second color was pink. I flipped. Joe and Chewy are like, just be cool, man. Be cool. It's like, dude, what is this dude doing? And I let him go with it, man. And he kind of freestyled it. The Two-Face one side, on the other side. So he loved it because he didn't have to measure, and he just laid the tape freehand, you know, and it became the Two-Face car. Everybody wanted me to name it this, name it that. It's like, no, if you're in lifestyle, your car needs to be known. Like, you need a badass name. And, you know, I feel I accomplished that. So.
Mario was just different back then. We were lucky to find a painter like that. For everybody out there, it's like pull the grass in your front yard, throw it up. Wherever the wind's going, go to that shop, because we just got lucky in the days to find someone like Mario. Just leaving Gary Baca, who did Stray Candies for us. So we wanted to mix it up. And then Walt slid into it. The lifestyle paint job that's very popular out there. When he did my Hollywood car, when I went there and he would disappear back and forth, he did my car in pearl white, black, where all the pictures went, and magenta. And I wanted to kill him. He wasn't there that night. On that way back from Lancaster, an hour and a half, popping beers. So about 2 a.m, driving everybody home.
Yeah.
I had Mike Lopez, Chewy in the back seat. Good in planning. Because my car was pink, black, and white. And I didn't know what the hell to do. And that was Mario's way of doing things. He goes, don't worry about it. Come back in 2 days. And then he just dropped the butterscotch in there. And then I saw, oh, I know where we're going now. But he did that mostly all the time to us, right, Rabbit?
Yep.
Had to understand him. Took us years to understand that guy.
Yeah.
What's your story, Rabbit?
I got in the club in, like I said, 1980, and it's been a hell of a roller coaster, man. Anybody that's outside want to come in, come on in. We're here waiting for you guys.
No.
But other than that,
No.
Shit. Looking at the club from back in the days when I was at my dad's shop, and the name of the shop was Roma's Auto right there on Brooklyn. And I used to see the cars go by. I saw Joe Ray's go by in his Lincoln. I seen Martin's car go by. I seen a bunch of cars go by. Which maybe one day I'll get in, but didn't know much. As I went on, I went to high school. I ran into Angel Guerra, and then he was wearing color. He goes, hey, man, what do you have to do to get in? He just gave me the basics, but I just followed it and went on. And later on, I met another friend of mine, Javier, in the 64, and he was wearing colors, and I just, hey, man, how do I get in? This is what you got to do, this and that. Okay, and next thing I know, I went to go look at my first meeting, and I got in January 1980. After that, I got my car painted, original color, the gold, and then after that, I put a tangerine color right over that gold, and it became a nice rusty gold on it. And I went with that, and I named it a tangerine from that point. And the years went by. I repainted it. Big Ed painted it, Flake. Had Ed's paint job in there, and it had Gary's Baca's hand in there too. And then as I went on, I had a Bob and Sons interior put in it too. And as I went on, I changed the car over again, and then I renamed it Stoned Immaculate. And like I said, it's been a roller coaster up and down to meeting the members of when I got in the club. Some of these guys are here right now, and to meeting the new guys that are here right now, like Albert and Weasel, to see them come in and do what they did. That's awesome. It just helps the whole club out even more. And as the new members also come in today, they're even helping out more. I mean, like I said, it's a roller coaster. It's never going to change.
On that roller coaster ride, you fell off of it a few times, though.
Oh, yeah.
Because you were driving it probably naked and all fucked up.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Weasel. And we'll get to that, though. Weasel. What's your story, man?
Yeah.
Emmett, California. San Jacinto.
San Jacinto.
You going to mention Alex a little bit?
He's up in Sturgis right now. He went on a bike ride, little ride.
Yeah.
But when I got in this club, it was 88, 89. I can't remember. But when I got in, my cousin Alex is the one who got me into all this. He used to lowride a lot. And he's the one who got me into all this stuff. I used to help him wash his car, dry it, and I mean, just go cruising with him. And it got me into it. And then I said, one day I used to always hang all my posters on the wall, see the centerfolds. He said, one of these days, man, I'm gonna get into lifestyle. I'm gonna be a centerfold, and I did. With my Monte Carlo, I did. Took it down to Orly's, got it painted. When I got in the club, before that, there was a handful of guys, man. Barr was the president. Audie was getting his honorary plaque.
He's going honorary back then?
Yeah.
What was he, only like 16 at that time, right?
Yeah, he was. He was getting one. Art was there, Chewy, Mike, Rick, Big Daddy Paul. Like I said, there wasn't that many members, man. They were all saying, well, what do you guys want? What do you guys want in this club, man? I said, we want a lowride, man. We want to be part of lifestyle. And they gave us a few months, said from where we were coming from that we weren't going to make the drive. Shit, man. Excuse my language, but
you guys were there.
How long is
you
it
guys were there
from the
every
mobile lot
weekend.
to Hammett?
about an hour and a half. hour 25
And
minutes.
after a
yeah.
couple cases of beer, how?
Oh yeah,
15
we would
minutes,
get home
no?
till 4, 3 in the morning.
Yep.
And like I said, yeah, they couldn't get rid of us, put it that way. We were here Friday, Saturday, sometimes Sundays,
That's
man.
a
And that
fact.
was every week for years. For years. And took my car down after I got in, took it to Orly's Hydraulics. I see Mike Lopez over there. Gave me a hand in getting it off the trailer. Tells me, hey, why are you painting your car? There's nothing wrong with it, man.
You
It
didn't
looks
say,
good."
hey, dog?
No, he didn't say, hey, dog.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Hey guys, just so you know, this is one badass tire. Coker Tire has been working for years to build a perfect 520 tire, and the evolution of this tire was led entirely by the end consumer, which is us. Suggestions from customers led to many changes throughout the years, and the most recent improvements include all new tooling and molds, meaning that the ultimate lowrider tire just got better. Crisp sidewall lettering and perfect white wall size and location are the cosmetic features, and you can expect excellent performance out of this tire due to its 8-ply rating. The most significant feature of the new premium sport tire is the tread profile and defined shoulder, giving it the perfect look. This reimagined tire has the same great features you know and love, but with all new materials to ensure customer satisfaction. It has been years in the making, but believe us, it's worth a wait. You can order the new Premium Sport 52013 and 52014 now at cokertire.com.
But yeah, I took it to Orly's and I put a candy on it. I told him, well, those are the standard. I'm going by what I heard. I heard that had to be done. You had to have a candy to be in this club. So that's what I did. I stripped it down, took it in, and got a candy put on it. And from there, same thing. I showed it. It was a Taste of Honey. I showed it at the sports arena in LA. From there, it went to a Taste of Honey, Goldfinger, Taste of Honey, and to Indian Summer. And yeah, we had a lot of fun, man. And I don't plan on going nowhere. I keep telling myself sometimes I'm going to get out, and I just can't, man. I mean, all my friends I met a lot of good friends, and they'll be my friends for life. It's like family here. I just don't see myself going anywhere. As much as I tell myself sometimes I'm going to take a breather and leave. I did that once, and I ended up coming right back. So, yeah, no, I just love it here.
It's like you can't get away. It just
No,
you're
you
stuck here,
can't.
man.
No.
It doesn't let you go.
We sold our
There's
stuff.
nowhere
We
to
sold
go.
our soul
Yeah.
to buy stuff.
You
No.
start-
Sold their souls to the black and gold.
When I got into this club, there was 68 members. We were pretty much all stock cars. I think Joe's, Martin's,
Camino.
Raul Ross, the Camino, those were the only painted cars that were from the club. And we were on the boulevard one night. We were parked. It was after a meeting. Who's going down to the boulevard? We all shot down there, X amount of cars. We're down there, we were parked. And then all of a sudden, Eloy turns the corner off of Arizona, going on to Whittier Boulevard with a Gary Baca candy red paint job. Right behind him, Ray Wanahula with a 73 candy blue. Baddest freaking paint jobs that I ever seen. That's what drew me to Gary Baca. Wasn't Joe? Joe used to be a salesman and pushing us to paint our cars. But when I seen those two cars, I had to be there. And when I painted my car, we were on a high, man. The whole club, we were on a high. And just what Weasel was saying, when he got into this club, we took a
Wow.
dip.
It was
We
good.
went down from 68 members.
To a handful.
Everybody just started dropping down. And I think they had like 10, 12
Yeah.
members. I was out of the club already. But I would go and see these guys every now and then just to pop my head in and out because I was still a part of this club. But all of a sudden, 95, it just started booming again. Exactly. It was a rebuild, man. And I want to say from 95, we haven't looked back, man. I think we have like 55, 60 guys members right now that's on roll and with all painted cars. Literally, I think we have 2 stock paint job, 3 to be exact. They're badass cars. I wish we'd go back that route a little bit because they're street cars. But otherwise, everybody just keeps building their cars, man. They keep going forward. Me, being 70 years old, I had problems with my freeze plugs, and my freeze plugs turned into a freaking frame off car, man. It's ridiculous. And if it wasn't for the help from Rick and Lewis, I'd probably be sitting in a junkyard right now. But
You don't want to
literally,
mention Liz and
my wife
on that
she's
side?
behind me 110%, man.
There you
that's
are.
basically her.
There you go,
car,
Liz.
man.
You need that.
I mentioned you.
Yep. If it wasn't for her, I don't think I'd be here right now. Seriously.
I like to go back to those members. There was 6 or 10 of us.
Oh yeah.
We ran it. It was low for, I don't know, about 2-3 years. And as from there it started growing, that's when the Hand Boys came down. And those guys are some of the baddest fucking members that this club ever had, man.
Really?
Anybody you talk to, they'll tell you about all those Hammond boys are crazy, but they're badass.
After what
dudes,
they
man.
did to your yard,
Yeah.
especially the side of the
That
garage,
shit. You gotta
poor
go see
Mario's
them.
mask.
Go see all the-
Selling
all the stuff they
520s.
painted on the walls over there in my garage in East LA and
Yeah.
Callejamo, man.
Yeah,
Chewy,
That's crazy.
didn't you lose 520s over
I
there?
lost
that
520s and I lost tools and I lost my wife and I lost everything.
You lost your wife too?
Yeah.
You lost your clothes most of the time.
that too.
You're out there watering the garden naked.
But
That's why the Hammond boys were running
I opened
loose.
up my driveway and Mario came in at the time and he was looking for somewhere where to paint. And hey, come on down, man. Paint right here. There's guys that want to get their cars painted. So we opened up the shop and everything.
It was a
But
garage
it was
shop.
cool because he came and one day he showed up. I was at work. He showed up. He had his radio set up, his coffee machine set up, all this shit all set up. And I finally got out of work and I came in. He was listening to jazz music. And then I'm looking around in the garage. What the fuck is going on in here? So I got his coffee machine and I threw it over the neighbor's house. Boom, tossed it. Let's go get some beer. So he just laughed it off when he got beer. And then when we came back, got his coffee machine and set it all up, all broken and everything. And then from there, that's when he started painting. He got Albert's cars painted there, Two-Face, Sun Goddess, my nephew's car, Victor, the
Big
Pancake
Worm,
Pig,
Little John.
Little John,
American Woman.
the American Woman. Who else?
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Who else? I mean, the last car that made it into the garage was Tim's 57 Gold Digger. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He parked it in there. He was happy. Okay, I'm gonna get my car painted right here at Stone's Mata and everything. Next thing you know, Mario moved out to Palmdale and he was all pissed. I was fuck. I gotta move my car out of here, man. So that's his car was created up in Palmdale.
I'd like to chime in for a second. I just want to say that all these car clubs that are out there, Group, Imperials, Click, they're badass car clubs, man.
Yeah.
All of them. They're well known. These guys go back from the 60s. Everybody has their issues. We have one chapter. There's drama in our club.
Oh yeah.
There's drama in all the clubs, but the thing with our club having just one chapter, we
got more control.
we definitely control it, man. And these guys that are going, I hear it all the time when I go to these mini car shows, that are out there. I just hear the gripe and stuff. But with our club being intact, it's badass, man. We stick together. We find the issues and we resolve them, and that's what we have to keep doing. Still moving forward.
Yeah, and it's not easy.
No, it's not.
Not easy.
It's
This club
not.
ain't for everybody.
It sure ain't.
No.
You come and you join, they leave, it's just like a marriage. You can't take no more and you get divorced. It's like people divorce lifestyle and move on. More power to them, man. But when you join lifestyle, you made a vow to fly a plaque. That's what we want. We want you to fly a plaque. We don't want you to buy the t-shirts, put that plaque up, then your job is done. You don't know how much stress falls off your shoulders once you hang that plaque. It's just a high. That's your main goal. Fly a plaque. In any car club, fly a plaque. That's your job.
Are there regrets from members that have left this
Never got
this
a plaque.
club? They're regrets. Why did I make that decision, man? It's just it's about lifestyle.
Or
We've had
leave
many phone
and put a lot
calls.
of time in and never even receive a plaque.
Right.
You know,
You know, speaking of Mario Gomez, I mean, let me tell you, and I love to share this story, man, is that when I came to my very first meeting at Joe's house on New Avenue, John Murphy and them, they came with me, they got in my car and they go, come on, we're going to take you to your first meeting. And when we made that right-hand turn on New Avenue, I pull up to Joe's garage with my 64, which is stock painted. I pull up to the meeting, and there was Jared Devora's 76 Caprice.
That was a badass car.
There was Abbott's Bird, candy red Abbott's
Yeah,
Bird.
that was a nice
There was
car.
Jesse Felix's Bird. I mean, I thought to myself, what the hell am I doing here? I don't even compete with these guys. Why are they bringing me here, man?
Exactly.
So at that point, I started looking for a painter. I had no idea who paints cars. Well, when I met Neil the T-Bird, he said, hey, bro, he goes, you know, my uncle painted my T-Bird. Really? That's one of the baddest T-Birds out there, man. Introduced me to him. Let's go meet Mario. So he took me to Chatsworth. I met Mario. And at that point, Neil's Bird was already painted before he even got into the club. So I took my 64 there, and my 64 was the very first car to get painted by Mario. And from that point on, Mario did such a beautiful, beautiful job on my purple 64. From that point on, Mike Lopez was next, did the 62, Chewy, Joe, and it just went on from there. To this day, there's just nobody that can compete with Mario, man.
There's not
I'm
another.
sorry, I have
there's
to-
not
I
another
have to
64 like
I
your
have to
car.
disagree with you
you got
because
big Ed out there.
when I first painted my car, I went to Gary Baca with my Malibu, and we went to Bakersfield. It was 115 degrees.
Right.
Joe was riding in the back seat of my car. We went over there. Literally, somebody touched my paint job. I had a candy red, brandy wine. Somebody touched my fender, left an indentation in my car. That's how hot it was.
Yeah.
I remember that.
We get to McDonald's on the way home, and I'm looking at my car, and I'm like, Joe, my car looks gold. And he's like, what the hell are you talking about, Audi? This is your first paint job. You don't know what you're doing. You know what you're talking about. I'm like, all right, man.
It's the lights up there.
So I go home, park it in the garage. Before I'm going to work, I open the garage door. I look, I'm like, damn, it's freaking gold. Literally lost
Correct.
the
You're-
freaking
you're-
paint job. But when we used to go to these car shows, we had a competition, Gary Baca or Fernando. And Fernando was Sal's cousin, and he painted Mike's and he painted Sal's car. We used to have a competition, and
But at that
sorry,
time,
Mike.
But at that time,
sorry,
bro,
Mike,
at that time,
but,
Gary Baca was a solid candy
Yes,
painter
he
to where
was.
Mario
But he-
busted out with
but
patterns.
My car always won best candy going in
yeah,
there.
because Mario didn't do solid
Carlos
candies.
Carvajal used to be the judge at the time,
Right.
and he would just see the car, and he's like, "You already won best."
I
painter."
agree with you 100%.
But-
Gary was the best candy painter,
Yeah,
but
but
when
Mar-
Mario broke out with his patterns, and that
No,
was it.
that's where his girlfriend, Katrina,
Trina wasn't
would
even
say-
involved
no,
when
we
I
were at a-
met Mario.
No, we were at a bar, and we're sitting there, and I'm like, at the time, my Riviera got painted by Durant, and she says, "Well, Mario's the best." I'm like, "Well, I'm into straight candies," so she just, I don't know, I haven't seen your car. I said, "I'm not into patterns," so I said, "Well, when you see my car, you give me your opinion." Well, so when she saw my car, she just like, all right, I have to do that. I'm like, no, it's not happening. I'm not gonna go there. What she was saying, she's just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I understand. I get
But here's
your point.
the whole
Gary's
thing
the
is,
baddest
Gary
of
wasn't
candies,
seen
but
the
We had
But
three
Mario
painters. We had
topped
Big
the
Ed, we had
patterns.
Mario,
Yeah, let's talk flakes
and
about
we had
yeah.
Gary.
But
So
no,
we had a
but
choice.
you-
Where did we want to go?
If you want
And
to
then
talk,
after that, we went into Bob and Sons.
yeah, but if you want to talk about flakes, you got to go back to Gary Baca. Look at Look at Jerry's divorce.
And that was the
You had three
thing.
painters.
Yeah.
What
That was the
did you
thing
want?
back then. So we were blessed.
It was the king of flake, man.
Blessed with paint. Blessed with
Without
painters, yeah.
without a doubt, I think when it came down to flakes and patterns,
Big Ed.
Ed could lay down the
100%
patterns
Big
and the
Ed.
flakes.
This is
That's
great.
why
But they
call
all,
him Master
you
Craftsman, man.
you could never say this painter was better than this one or
Because they all flew a plaque.
Different
they all did their own
categories.
things. And
I mean,
you
look
know.
at Vegas. Look at
Painter,
Vegas
which
right
bit
there.
you
Buddy.
want.
It says it all right there. That's a Mario paint job, bro.
But here's the whole deal, though. Gary Baca used lacquers. He wasn't afraid to shoot over pearl white. Murano pearls, he would be there for 2 days spraying. He used candy dyes that nobody could find. The paint jobs looked about, if they were dark, as soon as any light hit them, neon lights, the colors would turn like that. He was the greatest. We always had to be in the shade.
Right.
The other thing is Gary did do patterns on some cars. He didn't like them. He was a fan of Mario's. He didn't like doing patterns all the time. He was never really happy. He was very articulate about some of his patterns, like Jesse Felix's 79.
Look at Art 62.
Yeah,
He did
Art 62,
patterns.
and everybody loved that one.
Yeah.
When Mario came into the picture, he could not shoot candies. He could only do patterns, and he was good at eyeballing body lines. And then Walt would come in, look at him in his shop, and say, let me add some more to it. Plus, I got to stripe it. This is mine. So they worked good in a tandem. When it came to bodywork and flake, there was no one like Big Ed.
Right.
Big Ed's Customs, goddamn, to this day, man. And I mean, there's a lot of paint jobs that are on there. Of course, the paint is different now. It lasts a lot longer. But that story about Audi having Hotter Than Hell was the name of his Malibu. It was candy red. And we were in Bakersfield competing against, and these are brand new days. And he was competing for paint. And the judging category, when it said paint candy red, when he won that first place trophy, we left that place and it was candy gold. So it faded. And then, he wanted another color. And Gary Baca used to do these things called light bulbs, come out with the latest. Gary Baca would mix this, that, didn't like it, throw it, mix this color, this color. You'd have one of a kind colors, man. He was the greatest ever, man. So was Mario, though. I've
Mario
never
was the
seen
same
anybody
way.
with patterns. And so
I
was
didn't see
so was
Pebble. I
Ed.
didn't see Pebble Base.
Ed did patterns too, and he was
When I seen
badass.
Pebble Base, that came from Mario, and
Yeah.
that's the first time I ever seen Pebble Base.
But
That was nice.
we got lucky in the draw. We found these guys. They lived out there. And so you want to talk about lowriders and custom paints. These guys were all Valley boys. And then they moved on
Yes.
to Lancaster. That's where we found our painters. There's a lot of painters out there in Las Vegas too. Lifestyle Car Club has standards from the past. You had mentioned some of the car clubs group. Click, let's go new wave. Let's go way, way back if we have to. And those standards, including these patterns, so that everybody knows real quick, there's a president, a vice president. There's a secretary that takes notes and everything. There's a treasurer. Treasurers always have nice cars in our club. We haven't figured that out why yet. But from there, it drops on the sergeant at arms, who's the sergeant at arms is always going to be important. I say that because I got a few of them up here because they police the situation. Sometimes you have a VP and that's everything to you, but your word as a president sometimes only goes just as far as the guys that hold those paddles. From there, it's car committee, and that's a shitty job to go out there and do and criticize everybody's cars. And your cars better be just as good as theirs before you say something's wrong with theirs, or they got to fix this, or damn, do your white walls. From there, activities, and that's another bunk job. We're going to go bowling. No, we're going to go, I don't know where we're going to go this weekend. But that's how this car club runs. And many of these guys took some of those offices in different times. You guys, my next question to you guys have seen it all for decades. You've been through it all. Man, I saw some of you guys get married here, chauffeured in your weddings. I saw quinceañeras, but I saw baptisms when these guys, and this is probably why they're still here, baptisms for their kids. I saw the quinceañeras for their kids when they grew up. I saw them all bury, some of them in here bury their parents. And that's what holds us together. Because we're all, and I say it all the time, it's repetitive. And everybody out there says it too. We're all family. We're all family. We're all different families. Your uncle is not like my uncle. Your dad is not like my dad. But at the end of the day, if you have a good dad, a bad mom, or vice versa, that's your upbringing. that makes you a better person sometimes. It's up to you. You have your free will. That's who we are, or these guys are today, is all I'm saying. Everybody's got a different name on that family crest. You guys have been there and seen all of that happen in your lifetimes. But the most part here is you've seen old members go and you see new members come. And there's going to be that gap with, you guys wouldn't be here if not for us young dudes. And then you guys are always going to say, not for us, you guys wouldn't be here either. How do you guys handle the generations that come into lifestyle? First of all, it's not like that door is revolving and everybody's trying to get in here. It has its ups and downs. But how do you deal with new generations? How do you get a hold of them, put them under your wing? What do you guys do? What is your input on all of that? Because it's happened to you guys for decades.
I think, well, me and Art right here being the oldest of these guys right here, Albert came in the 90s, Rick came in the late 70s. But I think it's just us being a part of the club. It's respect, man. These younger guys, Miguel right now, tattoo artist, Mercado. These guys, I think they just respect. They look up to us and they just follow our lead, man. I think they really respect us. Never get any disrespect from any of those guys.
You got David and all them.
You know, yeah.
They come down long ways. Jeez.
They might call us, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to teach them. Once you walk in these doors, if you're in this club because your friend is here, you don't belong here. You belong here because you want to be.
Right.
We don't tell nobody to come. We don't tell nobody to go. Unless you screw up or whatever, then that's a whole different story. When we lose a member, him walking out the door, that's one thing. But when you lose a member because he passed or something, that means a lot to us. Like, we've had a lot of key older members that, I'm going to say Spy, man. That dude was solid.
Spy, Bar.
Man, I didn't know Bar, but, you know, I'm just mentioning my people that I've been around. We would never be anywhere without water, sandwiches, or whatever we needed. Spy was there for us.
Yeah,
right.
And I'm missing up more people. I'm sorry, yes, but that's just the people who do their part here. Do your part in the club. You earn your notch, man.
Yeah, the one that helped us a lot too was Anthony Charles Bronson.
Oh,
Man. he had a shop, and we used to go over there, and he sold us the clear, paint, whatever he needed, and we painted our cars at his shop. Well, he's
Danny
a very
Lugo.
well missed
We lost
person,
good members, man.
Bronson. Yeah,
Bronson.
what's up, man? Just his voice sounded like Charles Bronson.
Yeah.
That's why he got the name Bronson.
He looked like him too, though,
Yeah,
bastard.
And the reason why it hits hard on us is because we're one chapter. We grew up with these guys. It's not like you're somewhere else. You're from the valley or you're from Arizona, whatever. You know, we spread our colors out no matter where you guys want to come from. You want to drive from Tracy, Arizona, you're going to come to the meetings over here. There's no other chapter, man. And for those guys,
we're not joining them. That's what they told
No.
me. We're not joining you. You're
no, but
joining us.
it's hard. That's why when we lost Danny Lugo, Bar, Spy, damn, Spy hurts bad,
Yeah.
really bad. Bronson, the way that he went out, it hurts.
The Hopper.
And the Bar, oh, for
Hopper was
sure.
another character, man.
Love that guy, man.
But you see, when you lose, and
Órale.
everybody out there
Órale.
toning in on this, when you lose a character that they give their heart and soul and they're sincere, man. Those people are hard to find.
You know, like Les would always talk shit about his brother. Like
15. Yeah, he talks shit about his older brother. If you have 15 righteous brothers on your hands, you know, and those numbers eventually go down because they're gone. And then who replaces Danny Lugo? Spy was like 10 members dying when he left. Lugo was the same too. Bar left us. Bar was the coolest person you could ever meet.
right?
And he left us in his 20s. He's gone. And it was so unfair. We had members right off the bat within 2 years we lost. And then the numbers stay there. We're up at 40 now.
When we
Chele.
lost Chele, man. Chele was
was
another
the-
character.
He was
We met
like
we met him on the outside. We looked at him when he had a little conference with some of his friends. We looked, who's this guy here? And then next thing you know, he wants to get in. We got to know him. He was the sweetest little person, man. He was cool, man.
Big
That's
dude,
very
and
cool.
fucking do
Chile.
anything for us.
Sonny Boy, we lost Sonny.
Oh, Sonny
Cousin
boy.
Sonny.
Murphy.
Yeah.
When Alex and Weasel brought in a Sonny Boy, when he wanted to get in, oh man, that was another roller coaster with that guy. He was another guy that was cool.
But they were good dudes.
Yeah.
Like, they give you a hard ass time as sergeant, but you know, they would mock you like, oh man. They know what they were doing, but they were cool.
Sergeant at arms job, it is tough.
Yeah, it is.
You're friends of the members, but you can't fuck it up because if you do it, then you're gonna get it. You can't take it personally because we have sergeants here like Weasel, Albert, Adi. You know, they were sergeant at arms and they had to do their job. So
We had a lot of members that liked the alcohol, and we'd be in Arizona, and then all of a sudden, big old crowd like, fly, shit, it's one of our guys. Gotta go yank them out of there before shit goes down.
So that everybody understands, Lifestyle's been around for over 5 decades. There were other car clubs before us, as were mentioned, especially the Dukes, how they handle their clubs. Those old style standards and traditions is what we live by, and we still live to that to this day. It is a car club. It is a car club. Sometimes we get ourselves a little bit too serious, but Lifestyle does run on certain officers all the way down. We just told you about policing the situation, especially with Sergeant at Arms. Through all of that, it's not easy to be in Lifestyle. Rick, you have something to say about that?
Yeah, I do.
Our standards, our rules.
Our standards. You know, my first office was car committee. I've been secretary, I've been spokesman, but I really cherish car committee because I love to build cars. When you get in Lifestyle, you have to obey by what we expect. I remember one day when we had a Lincoln Continental candy painted, and the guy pulled into the mobile lot
I remember that.
with the Led Zeppelin Eagle on the hood. And he was all excited about, wow, look at my car, guys. I know you were on the Zeppelin, but look, I got this Eagle. And I said, hey, bro, I'm sorry to tell you, I don't know how much you paid for that, but it's not acceptable. You have to go through our car committee when you decide to do something to your car. For this reason, you didn't go through us, and that's not acceptable. That's not Lifestyle standards. So therefore, every car that we built has to go through car committee to make sure that you meet the Lifestyle standards. So at that point, he took it apart and he left and never came back. No, I remember when I got in this club back in the 70s, 79, 80, I remember a car, candy painted, full undercarriage, pulled into our mobile lot and said, it was a convertible. I want to get in this club. And we said, we're sorry, man, but we don't accept convertibles at that time. I'm sorry, your car is beautiful. It's got everything that we expect, but we do not accept convertibles. And the reason why we are who we are today is because of our standards. Yes, we are strict. You cannot put a plaque on that car if you're missing a molding or something's out of line or something just doesn't look right. Car committee will let you know, and you got to address that and you got to correct it. And again, that's why we are who we are today,
Right?
because of our standards. And I'm very honored to say that.
Nice job, Mona.
I'm very honored to say that, man, is that we are who we are because of our standards.
But here, you know, the whole thing though, Rick?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Because there's no bylaws. But this car club barely came out with bylaws, not even a year ago, out of its whole 50 years. And for guys out there, it's like when you go down the street and meet a couple of your friends, you're around 12, 13 years old. And I always say this about Les. He already knew about the facts of life when he was 7. I didn't. I was slow at that. But when you learn all about sex and everything, when you join Lifestyle Car Club, it's almost the same way. You look around, you don't have to say anything. You see by actions speak louder than words,
Right.
and you form yourself. And those are always been our bylaws. Adi says we have drama. We do, and we had to make bylaws. And we had to repeat everything. And now it said, now that we're this old, we all become lawyers. We all know this, that. Everyone in here, like all you car clubs out there, have been in for 30, 40 years. It's hard for some of these guys to be members when they were officers and well respected. Hey, when Audie was a VP at the time, we had people that we didn't have to call Uber Eats. Everybody was bringing us beers. And it's nice. When you start all over again and come back into the picture, it's not like that. You have to work yourself up. Audie, you have a story too that you want to tell.
Wait, Audie, 1 second. I just want to end this real quick. It's a short one, so I apologize for that. Do you remember when that car, the candy tangerine, orange tangerine from Brown Breed, came into our lot and said, I want to get in this club? And he had a Brown Breed plaque on, but he had True Classics. And we told him, you need to change those wheels. And he goes, but I just bought them. They're expensive. Sorry, bro. In order to get a lifestyle, you got to have the true spokes. And he left, man. So that's why I'm saying it's not easy to get a lifestyle, because we are who we are today because of our standards. Go for it, Audie.
All I want to say is we've all been from this club 30, 40, 50 years, man. It just, no one's going anywhere. We're just a part of this club that nobody's going, and we're gonna wound up having elections, and we're gonna go from there, and bygones be gones. Wherever this club lands, whoever's at that table, we have to respect that, because that's who we are. Whoever's the officers, we're gonna respect them, man. That's it. We go from there. This club lives on.
I want to say about the convertibles, like Tony the Chango.
Yeah.
He was the first convertible in this club.
Yeah.
And after that, all the convertibles started coming in right after that. But it took a while for us to take a convertible.
Yes, sir.
And then from there, it just grew to like Jesse's convertible 63.
When True Spokes were out, we all ran True Spokes. We wanted to be uniform. When the True Classics popped out, it was going to be a big change of wheel, and we didn't want to go there.
Right.
Because then everybody would have to. It was a different looking wheel. And they were badass, Audie. I liked them. I know you were a big fan of it. We got to go to that. We got to go to that. And I didn't want to mix us all
right.
up. We need the stray uniform. Eventually, the True Rays came out and saved us, because lifestyle, it's a lifestyle. We got to be, it's trendy. And once the True Rays popped in, we all went that way real quick.
Yeah, but
got rid of the lugs and all them.
Right now they're coming to radials. I'm running Coker on my car. I'm saying it's Sportway right now. They're coming back with a radial tire, and it looks like a Sportway. I'm running Cokers right now on both of my cars, but they do the job for me, man. Both of my cars, they run good on the freeway.
If the wire wheel and I've always preached that, the 520, whether it's 14 or 13 for all the G bodies, I'll get arguments there. The 520 and the white wall, I mean, we're done with lowriding, because everything's a lowrider out there today as long as it's slammed on the floor. No, it's not. You need that small tire. That's still that look, that white wall.
Absolutely.
That's our heart and soul. Hydraulics and 520s. Of course, the wheels, there's a lot of different wheels out there, 14s and 13s. Anything else you guys to say before I go to mentorship or anything like that?
I want to go back into the 520s, even though it's related with cars. Some of the cars that really catch my attention was Mondo's Malibu after it was painted by Mario. It was at the Sports Arena, just laying on the ground. That's something I cannot get over with. Oishi's 59, just laying on the ground back in the day. I could not get over it. And Jesse's car today, that it's here today, oh my God. You can not get any better than that car.
That 63 is sick, man.
That thing is awesome.
Nothing
Thank you,
to see
Jesse.
over here for
Thank
King.
you.
What about King LTD? He's already had 3
all
shots.
the cars. All the cars.
80% proof he's got.
That 62 year I have right here, that thing should be in a club. You should be driving that car with the plaque up.
That 62?
Yeah, the one right there.
No, I agree with
I don't know what you're waiting for.
That'll be another show.
I do not know why you're
That'll
waiting
be another
for that.
show
I
there.
agree with that.
I understand it belongs to the old lady,
I
but
agree with
you got to
that.
take over and put a plaque on it and you drive it. Cannot let that go.
I just want to say something about Jesse, the 63 right there. That dude was new to the club, and he would sit and study everybody's car. He studied my car, He studied every 63, and he took it all in, and then this is what he came out with, man. And I give him props for that. The new generation, he stepped away because it was too much, too overwhelming for him. Like the dues, this, that, the chrome bill. he stepped away and he came back with that for the anniversary. Well deserved.
I think if the club would let all the 63s go show at a show, we would tear it up out there at the showgrounds with nothing but 63s, from hardtops to convertibles.
I have to disagree with you. I think the Rivieras
are taking
Well, that's the whole thing.
That's a whole different show.
Yeah.
that's
So we're going to try to put a wrap to the show. We got to do this again, but not long ago, Adi mentioned elections. I've been president 44 years, 42 years. There have been other presidents before me, 2 of them. When I left and went on vacation with Sorrel, we bought Corvettes, went to Bakersfield a lot. Mike Lopez jumped in there. Chewy's been a president. Adi's been a president. They've all been vice presidents, whatever. The club, when you run a club, it is a dictatorship. Sometimes when you've got guys like this that own their own companies, are already retired, have been here and done what they do, how do I get in their faces and tell them, like your incident in the parking lot that you haven't mentioned yet? When we went against another, at that time, rival car club, no disrespect to them. When something went down, when you were in slippers and shorts across the street, but you were still sergeant at arms and you showed up without a tire, right, Adi?
right.
How do you do that? Yell at these guys every meeting when they've heard all the speeches. And then how can you talk down to them when they've been there and done that? When they've all made just the same amount of sacrifices as that leader does, dictatorship or whatever it may be. The club always runs the same. You could try it a different way to the right or to the left, but you got to come back now, Joe. And that's always the way it's been, even with the new bylaws. But that's the problem we have. It's the power tripping, the egos. Everybody wants the keys. What I always say that because they want to be that guy or that guy. I want to be like him. And they never get a chance to. They want the perks. How can you be humble and sit back there with all the other members when you used to be a VP or a sergeant at arms? It's insane. And everybody out there has that problem. So I'm not going to say nothing no more.
Can I say
But
something?
yes, please say it. Adi. It's hard to run this club.
I've been in that position where sergeant at arms, like Joe was saying, vice president, fill-in president, and I have to admit, I power tripped, man. I literally did. I power tripped for this club. To me, though, it was a standard, and I screwed up. But yeah, for the club, yeah, big time, always. I'm not going anywhere, and I'm gonna run. If we ever have elections again, I will be there. Hopefully, I will get nominated. But I learned from my lessons, man.
But you did
Not
it better
that so
for the
much,
club,
though.
buddy. You did it.
You know what?
Always, yeah.
Right. Yeah, we didn't have to do that here. Maybe we'll edit it. But look it. These guys are all brothers. They're all family. We know all their ex-wives, their new wives. It's beyond this episode. So one day I let all these guys know, I feel like I'm in my prime again. I'm 27. I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to die right here. When I used to look at Jesse from the Imperials and say, he's 32. He's losing his hair. I'll never be in that position. Before I'm even 26, 27, I'm the fuck out of here. Okay, so I'm not. But they know that. But I just let a few of them know the other day, I'm dying here. I ain't going nowhere.
Nope.
So a week after they come back and say, we're in our primes too. So I'm telling them, I'm 27. They tell me, well, I'm 25 now. And I'm in my prime. We ain't going nowhere. We're going to die with you. You know when I heard that? And I heard it from back there, the caddies.
Speedy?
Yeah. It made me feel like, fuck, man, what kind of life do we really have as a car club? Do we take it too serious? John Canyony, when he was in the club, or somebody told me was, ask not what the club can do for you, but what you can do for the club. When you look back at all the history, and this is for all car clubs out there, if you're 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, and the ones that have been there for 60, you guys know, with all your other headaches, one club, we can tell you a lot of headaches. At the end of the day, all these memories and everything that we have done and all our failures and sacrifices, there comes a point where you could never just turn back. And this is all you're left to do. So I'll never be like Jesse across the street I'm gonna die here. Might as well, right? And
Yep.
till the wheels fall off. And that's what you told me that day. I'm gonna
Yes.
die here too. And it's just like, fuck, we're gonna have a lot of caskets in one of our goddamn meetings pretty soon. But
Yeah.
that's the way it really is. It's no different from any other car clubs. We try to hang on to our standards from the past. Yes, we have diplomatic problems sometimes, but sometimes, it all gets worked out. At
It
the end of the
does.
day,
We fix
memories keep us together.
We fix it.
Well, he's 27 years old. I'm 70 years old. He's a year older than I am.
No, I'm
But-
not 71 yet.
Yes, you are.
60.
But the bottom line is,
So
I'm
that
70 years
Botox
old
you
and I'm
guys-
not going anywhere, man. I love all you guys. You guys, I feel respected amongst all these guys that are right here across me. And no, I'm not going to. It's for the better of the club, man.
Yeah.
It's like that
Literally.
canción, one of your favorite canciones over here, Art. Te vas y no te has ido, right?
I think
Yep.
We just said it right now. That's your bro-in-law, right,
I
Art?
think
Right.
we just put it
Right,
all
but-
on ourselves, man. This is what we like. It's not for everybody, but it is what it is, and this is what we like. So we put it on ourselves. I don't give a
yeah.
shit if you got a house payment, you got problems with your wife, your kids, whatever. We just adding to it, and we like it, and we're still here.
That's it.
What could I say?
Fucking we like
I
it.
want to say from New York to Chicago, New Mexico, you want to join this club? We're open.
Oh yeah,
But you got to remember something. It's right here in LA. You got to travel from your state all the way over here. And your plaque will
you're
all
joining
say
us.
Los
We're not
Al-
joining you.
Los
That
Angeles.
plaque only
He's
says
still doing
one.
on here,
Last time-
but it's so when you have
if
your
were-
turn to
if you were
come in,
fight to build a chapter
Fill 'em
over
up.
there, it's not going to happen. It's all right here in LA.
Arturo, I was looking at the tequila you're serving yourself over here. What do you have to say?
I think
fine
I
morning.
think those of us that are here are it's a big commitment that we made, our choice that we made to join this club. And like I said, Rick, the standards were always high. If from what I can recall, we were probably the first club that said, you know what, if you want to stay in the club, you got to go custom paint.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And so that
The
was,
cars were only 4 years back then. It was a lot.
Vinyls.
right.
4 years old, painted.
Painted. There was a lot of pressure even when we had stock cars. I remember Sorrel had buffed out my LTD and we were missing the Ford emblem logo, the letters. And for some reason we met early, and it didn't help that we had a jerk for a president who was very strict and was constantly honest. I mean, when the meeting started,
It's a polite word.
we had to hear that 2-hour preaching,
The Führer.
and right, and it just kept on going and going and going. And I remember it on that incident with I was new. For some reason, we met earlier, and they said, "Okay, we're at the American Legion," and they said, "Well, in the evening, we're going to the lot." And I remember car committee went through the cars, and they came back and they said, "Oh, you're missing these letters." This guy tells me, "If you don't come to the meeting tonight with those letters on, you're out of the club."
What guy? The
That's-
jerk?
Yeah.
The
The
Führer.
street.
The president told us that. So it was very strict and it was stressful. So you had to make a commitment. Some people probably would have said, "You know what? I'm out of here, man. I don't need this." Because you would get scolded if you did something wrong. But after the meeting was over, that jerk was at the brunt of our jokes.
Right?
I mean,
The
Well,
Führer.
no,
Eh?
I could remember when
Oh, God.
he decided to take a break, and I was literally the sergeant at arms that time, and we were underneath the church. Rick can verify this, and he decided, Joe decided I need to take a break from the club.
Yeah.
And Mike was the vice president at the time. I was sergeant at arms, and he basically said, "Well, Adi's gonna run the club," and he threw me on like, "What?" I just picked up my hand like, "What the hell? What do you mean, man? I'm gonna run the club. I don't want to do that." it's a big responsibility to run this club. Literally, it's a big responsibility. And when he told me that, I wasn't ready for it. He just totally threw me by surprise. So I went to his house after the meeting. I'm like, what the hell, man? What are you telling me? He goes, you're the one that I feel that could run this club, but I'm like, I'm not ready for it. So the next meeting, we have a meeting. I'm like, no, we're gonna have a picnic for the club and the family. Cause family, it means a lot to me, man. It literally does. And we don't have our family involved enough. So I'm like, no, we're meeting here. We're gonna throw a caravan. We're gonna pick him up at his house. We're going. I don't want to do this crap anymore. But it didn't work out. he just like, no, I'm not ready to come back. So he took his little vacation. Eventually he wound up coming back, but this club doesn't operate without him. I have to say that.
Right. That's one thing that this club has. Nobody can run this club like Joseph Ray.
This is
It
not what the
goes-
show's
it,
about.
It goes from
Pass.
R, who ran it. It goes from Mike Lopez to run it. It goes from me to run it. It goes from Lewis to run it. And he has to come back because he has to run it the way it has to be run. Whether we didn't run it right or whatsoever, he's always been that one guy that
I agree.
I need
Yeah.
to run it the way it needs to be run.
We are friends here. We're special friends.
Yes.
We were blessed.
I agree with that.
Okay. It's hard to differentiate friendship and business.
Yes. I agree with that.
And when you leave sometimes and I say something, it was on my business terms. You thought we were friends because I like being a clown. I like to cap on everybody. I like to drink. I like to talk shit about music, paint, cars, all that. Then there's a time you got to turn off that switch. Oh, I'm president now. So you can't talk to me like that. You got to know how you feel. And you do lose respect. We do. But I don't mind the respect I've lost sometimes here and there because to me, I only got in this club for the same purpose. I'm still here. Not because I'm president. I just have to protect how we were right or wrong and keep it like that. But that's not what I want to say. I have no business telling you guys nothing, man, because at the end of the day, you guys have every right to tell me back. Everything I've done for you guys, you've done tenfold for me, and I can never catch up. And that's why I'm here. But right or wrong, and I am, you cannot tell any of these guys here. It's like telling your own father, hey, you can't do that.
Well,
What?
me,
And you can't.
with me, I've been with him, with Joanna, with Mona, since they were freaking kids.
were
man.
little.
They were
like
literally
5 years
little.
old.
No, he was
Couple
little,
months.
and he was actually, he drove out to the west side for my firstborn. That's how far we go back, and long I have to say, he was there, and he was literally trying to steal a plant, a tree, a fake tree, putting it in the elevator to go down because he wanted to take it home. I'm like, Joe, what the hell are you doing, man? My daughter's just born in this hospital, but no, I need it for my house, man. But literally, that's how far we go back, man.
And I think he's been there for everybody in a certain way. I had 5 girls. Well, I mean, I have 5 girls. And he's been to every single one of their quinceañeras that I've thrown for all of them.
So
I mean,
have
the
I.
guy goes everywhere.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. As we come to a close of this interesting show, the Boulevard Cantina is always fully loaded and slammed, and no exception to the Lifestyle Car Club. Mentors. Anybody you'd like to thank the man upstairs? Who are your mentors? Chewy?
Pierre in a 64.
Murphy, 79 T-Bird.
Mona Car Committee.
Well, no. Later.
You later. Oh, all right. Weasel.
Alex, 73 Caprice, and my wife, Helen, all my girls.
And all poor Helen and all the hell.
Yeah, all the shit that I put them through before
It's
the
that-
car club
it-
and
I-
after the car club and back into the car club.
I gotta admit, Mona has a major
Car
part.
committee. What are you talking about?
Mona Car Committee has a major part in my creativity in lifestyle.
Right, Mona?
All right, Mona.
Yeah.
Albert, fireman. Fireman only because of the Halloween party and you won best costume that night. He went as a full-fledged fireman, but there was no fire there till after 2.
The Halloween parties were something else, but mentors, all my compas in the club, I got 4 of them now. But the main one's Danny D teaching you the detail and you got to do this. Even when you don't see the car, it's covered up. You still got to do the work to make it 100.
You work for Danny too.
Yeah.
Anybody else you would like to mention before you get in trouble?
The wife. The
Who-
wife
and
is
what
the
is her name?
100. Monique.
Monique,
She's the 100. You
the
know, it's like
original Monique.
freaking the police, the
police.
policia. She puts it down. It's like, and RIP to my son. Rest in peace. The club for being there, supporting, lifting, pushing through. And I'm here till I'm buried or burned.
Right on,
Whatever it's
Albert.
going to be.
Adi Munoz.
I'd have to say Bar, because Bar kept this club going. If it wasn't for Bar, we wouldn't be here probably today, because this club was ready to shut down.
ready to die.
It was to die. But rest in peace. I love Bar to death. I wasn't that close to him like Joe and Art was, but he was a great guy, man. We were able to talk, and he was good, but it was him that kept the club going. My wife, yeah, she's been behind my back the whole time. Liz, she's literally been there. Joe and I, few of us were saying that we're gonna cut our time limit. The house was like 23 years old, and yeah, I had 2 girls at the time. I literally walked away from the club, came back 90s when Chewy sold me the Riviera, and my boys were already like 7 and 4. I was ready to resume back into the club, and that's where I am. I'm still here.
Could I collect
Fighting on.
50,000 after that?
No,
And you're 25 and until you die
and
with us.
I'm here around 70 years old. I'm still riding this club. Love this club. Love all you guys. Couldn't have been here with a greater set of guys right here. And 2 guys in the background, Bobby Flores, Bobby Speedy. Love those guys.
But Andy over here.
And Andy too, yes.
And your brother-in-law over here, what is he?
Oh, he's my partner, man.
Arturo Avalos.
Always.
There we go. What do you have to say there?
Mentors, Louis Barrios, my brother, Les,
Hopper.
The Hopper,
and,
shoot.
you know, they were always there. They were always the good guys in this club. When we had a president who was kind of hard on us, we could always go to these guys and talk to them, and somehow I'd be like bummed out about getting scolded. I didn't finish my story, but I'd go to them and their answer was always the same. Don't worry about them. You know, exactly. I didn't want to use that word, but they were always there for me. Obviously, in life, my father and the accomplishments of my kids, but here, I think Louis Barrios and Les, Joe, Adi, guys that I still, when I see problems or something, I can always trust them. We always have a good conversation, no matter what the situation is.
That's what it's
So, you know, we've been together as, like I said, family.
Yeah.
And brothers, and we've done a million things. We've gone fishing, we've gone to games, we've gone
Raiders.
we lived everything. Raider games, 11 years. We followed them religiously. We were there at the Coliseum, 8 a.m. every morning, every Sunday morning.
Bus trip.
And by the time the game started, some of us were asleep in their seats and never saw the game. It'd be 11 o'clock at night, and
It's
we'd
another-
still be there, you know? But it's been a lifelong relationship with this club. And I love everybody, and that's why I'm still here, you know? It was a commitment that we made to be here, and not everybody can stick it out. Some, unfortunately, for whatever reason, are not around. But if you want to claim to be in the family, you know, you got to stick with it. And the standards are high. It's not cheap anymore. I mean, you know, it's gotten out of hand, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
But those are the guys that I look up to. And even though our president was as hard as can be, he was always good at teaching us how to do things.
Oh, yeah.
You know, whether it was a dirty window or a white wall that was yellow, advice on a paint job. I don't think I could have gone to a better place. You know, with all due respect to all the clubs and everything, I think, you know, they must feel that way within their club.
I like to cut in for a second to go back. No matter what your situation was, Les was behind you. No matter what, man. He was a badass dude. Whether he was building his Rivieras, he was going on forward, whether he was riding a bike where his brother disagreed, but it was always about lifestyle with Les. He's missed. I think we all feel it. He was a badass dude, man. He was number one in this club.
Yes, he was. I remember Les. I remember Les when he was at my wedding, bro. Kicking in the background, you know what I mean?
He
I
sacrificed
remember Les.
everything, you know.
Les was a badass
To
dude.
be even across the board, I had to be harder on him to show him that he was my example, my guinea pig, and it was sad. But I was like that with him when he was 2 and I was 5. I'd beat his ass, clean a room. Even at that time, I was hard on him. Hopefully, when he left, he understood it was because I loved him.
When I got in the club and I was fresh, I remember he wanted to jump over a certain rope and grab a plaque for a certain club. And he grabbed a few of us, and the president found out, and he chewed our asses out, especially me. You're fucking new. What are you doing? You know what I mean? For that.
Yep.
I remember when I showed up at sports arena with Aladdin for the very first time, and Les was coming into the arena, and he says, "Rick, I never seen your car, man, but when I seen that car on the flatbed, I thought to myself, that motherfucker's got to be a lifestyle car, man." And yet, sure enough, he came in and he goes, "Hey, bro, I doubt it." Sure enough, man, I was correct. That's a lifestyle car. But I want to just say one thing, closing ceremony here, is that I want to build another car. I built 3 cars already: Master of Elegance, Aladdin, Eyes Without a Face. I got a 65 Impala that I want to do, maybe not undercarriage, but just shaved door handles, moonroof, and just candy painted interior. But if I could just get Mona to say yes, let's do it.
No, if you could get your uncle to say yes, I'll sell it to you.
So Adi, you got the pull on Mona. Let Mona know that we got to do one more
time,
and we're done, man.
Weasel.
We're done.
I just like to say I know we're coming to a close, and I want to thank all my club members from our club. God bless them, and God bless our families, our wives, and for the movement out there, all you people low riding, stay down and keep low riding.
All right, there you go, everybody. As we come on to a close of the Boulevard Cantina, be careful what you ask for in the Lifestyle Car Club. For all the other car clubs out there that are coming in here too with your president's chapters and all, mi casa es tu casa. We're all the same at the end of the day, even when the colors are a little bit different, but everything that you heard today is relatable. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe to Wired Down for new episodes every week featuring the legends, builders, artists, clubs and pioneers who continue to shape the lowriding culture. God bless us all. God bless the Lifestyle Car Club especially, and everyone out there that's watching this show. Guys, it was an honor having you all here. The fluffers, you'll get your due. Bobby, we had to talk about your car a little bit more. It's out there. There's a few cars here. You saw that. You know what they're all about. Thanks for being here. That comes an end to the Wired Down show. Thanks for being with us.